Car owners whose vehicles were trapped in a car park for more than 2.5 years tell us they've still not seen a penny of compensation.
Daily it's a fear that if we took another hit that we might not be able to survive that.
Also on the programme.
We were proud of her and we still are.
Families of a young Italian couple who died in the Grenfell fire create a legacy to help support the futures of young people. Plus,
I've been sampling some Chateau Tooting, the London wine made from grapes grown on allotments and balconies all over the capital.
Can I get a high five from Pudsey?
and BBC Radio London presenters put their best feet forward for a Children in Need challenge. Detectives are appealing for the public's help after a vulnerable 25-year-old man has gone missing from southeast London. Police say he may be frightened if approached. He was last seen at 1:45 p.m. on Sunday in Hither Green. Just 15% of all 999 calls made in the capital in the last year have been for genuine emergencies, wasting valuable time, according to Met figures. They're urging Londoners to only call it in urgent or life-threatening situations and to dial 101 in other cases. And parts of Piccadilly Circus turned a different colour today to mark Purple Tuesday. It's part of an awareness campaign to encourage shops and businesses to improve accessibility to people with disabilities. Millions of pounds a month are thought to be lost by UK shops because they're not fully accessible.
Just 15% of all 999 calls made here in the capital are genuine emergencies, according to new figures released by the Met. They're now urging Londoners to only call the emergency service in urgent or life-threatening situations. Scotland Yard says calls include people frustrated by delivery drivers not turning up, and in one instance because a dog was not coming back into a house. Owners of vehicles trapped for almost 2.5 years in a central London car park say they are still tens of thousands of pounds in debt following the ordeal. It happened after an automated stacker broke down. But despite retrieving their vehicles in April, owners say not a penny of compensation has been paid, despite being advised by insurance lawyers to collate costs. Furniture maker Mark Lucas says he now fears losing his business.
We don't have the buffer that we would like in our cash flow to ride another storm like this. If we don't get one of our big bills paid, you know, that could be the end of us.
Well, in a statement, Klaus Multi-Parking says investigations are ongoing. The parents of a young Italian architect who died in the Grenfell Tower fire say they are now working to create a legacy from the tragedy. Marco Gottardi had only been living in the tower for a few months. Marco's parents have now set up the Grenfell Love Foundation. It works with schools across northern Italy and aims to raise awareness around building safety and inspire the next generation of architects.
What do you know about Marco Gottardi?
Marco, for me, is an example. He graduated from this school, and in the future I want to become an architect like him.
And yes, so what type of architecture do you like to do? What would you like to create in the future?
I want to do like apartments or houses.
Now, just before we go, Children in Need is back, and today is the start of the BBC Children in Need 1,000-mile challenge. BBC Radio London's Savvy Bird and Shay Carr-Grewal will both be trying to walk a total of 1,000 miles together whilst tied to other people. And you can follow their three-legged attempts on BBC Radio London and online.
Now, think of grape harvests and winemaking, and sunny vineyards from around the world might come to mind. But how about balconies and gardens in and around London? Because there is an urban wine collective right here in the capital doing just that, with grapes grown in gardens and allotments to make their own London tipple. Well, Alice Bandukravi went to find out more and have a taste.
Ooh.
It's quite lively. It is
sparkling
a
rosé.
Yeah, dry, fruity, made from grapes and gardens and allotments from across the capital.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Richard Sharp had the idea to make his own wine as he sat in his garden in Tooting, and it's taken off, with people all over contributing their own grapes to the press.
Every London borough is represented in this wine. So if we were to mark the bottle, you would see grapes from Lambeth in Stockwell, where we are today, from Wandsworth, from Chiswick, from Tower Hamlets, from Southwark. You can keep going. Anywhere in London, any borough has the grapes in that wine. People turn up in all different vehicles. They come down on bikes, they come down on the tube, they get the bus, they walk. And at harvest time, we have this beautiful chaos that's created. And at the end, we get our wine.
One of those contributors is Ed, whose Stockwell vines finally bore fruit and were harvested in September.
So we have a Pinot White, 2 vines actually. They have been in for probably 6-7 years, and they produced their first bunches of grapes this year. We had 5-6 bunches off these 2 this year.
Down the road at Vauxhall City Farm are vines which predate the community garden itself and which are now contributing to Chateau Tooting.
Every year we get together and harvest them together. It's actually just a really nice group activity, and sometimes they're quite hard to spot, so it just really takes time and patience to get beneath the leaves and start snipping.
So how easy is it to grow grapes in London?
We had a really hot summer a couple of, I think it was 2 summers ago, and it was almost too hot. So generally, warmer climate means that we are getting more grapes in the city as well, but there have been some years where it's almost got too hot as well. But this year, 2025, we had a really good year, and because cities are getting warmer, we are seeing more grapes.
So if you want to join in with a bunch of grapes or 2, the next harvest will take place around September time. Alice Bandukravi, BBC London in Stockwell.